right, shalom, shalom. Call line la Hainawi Yahweh by Shimmy al Shai by Shimmy al Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone who will teach well, and hearty shalom to the full elect. All right, your brother Karada's out back with another lesson. The Lord will be edifying. All right, it's called Let This Place Go, man. All right, and I say that because destruction is on the rise. All right, you got war brewing up between America and Russia. All right, and I just seen an article in regards to that. Where'd it go, man? Gotta find it. Where they're speaking about nuclear attacks on each other, America and Russia, man. Okay. You also have the digital currency coming out. All right, the FedNow system has been instituted in a certain amount of banks. I think 35 banks. All right. And you have death going on at a mass level, man. All right, you got judgment going on. Let me say it like that. All right, you got judgment going on. Let me see. Where's this news article at, man? Whatever it's called. News break. But it's time to let this place go. Everything here is going to be destroyed. People you know, things you own. Let's see. All right, it says Russia makes nuclear ultimatum to the United States. All right, and we know that America is going to be bombed by Russia, China, India, North Korea, and all the nations that turn their back on America that are allies with them. Right. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article. It says Russia makes nuclear ultimatum to the U.S. A Russian official has explained the circumstances in which Moscow will withdraw the tactical nuclear weapons it has deployed to Belarus. All right, so they already have their weapons out there, right? In an interview with State News RIA, Novosti Alexei, I don't know how to say these names, but from the Russian foreign ministry repeated Kremlin rhetoric that weapons have been sent to Belarusian territory in response to the action of the West. All right, it says the specter of nuclear weapons has hung over Vladimir Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, although the U.S. has said there is no intermediate indication of the Kremlin plans to use such arms. But the Lord's going to put the spirit on these nations to use those arms, man. Okay? Let me just grab that right quick in Jeremiah. But it's time to leave this place, man. You got to let this place go. Let the things of it go. Because if you continue to, want to stay a part of the system, you're going to take that digital, you're going to take that C-hip, and you're going to be destroyed with this place. Maybe it's 50. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and this is 50, Jeremiah 50 and 11. It says, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O you destroyers on mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. All right, how this world and Esau has gotten resources. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Yahweh Shema Shabbat. Shalom to their brother Damawah. All right. How Esau and the other nations have, grown fat off of the backs of these so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. And it says here, verse 12, your mother shall be sore confounded. We know the mother of America is Great Britain because that's where America was formed out of. It says, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost part of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land and a desert. All right, you want to be a part of this place being a dry land and a desert? All right, you gotta come up out of this place. And when I say come up out of this place, I mean stop partaking in the customs of the world, man. All right. It says, verse 13. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. But it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be shall be astonished and hiss at her and hiss at all her plagues. All right, this land, America, is gonna be wholly desolate, man. And you can read that Shalakia in Isaiah the 34th chapter. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord." All right. Shalom, brother. The Bar Gabashi. How about Shimon Shabbat? This place has sinned against the Lord and is causing the Lord's people to sin against the Lord as well. All right. The brother the Bar Gabashi doing videos about, the judgments that the nigga won't be going through. And they be heavily edifying because that's all that's really happening, really. Judgment's going out, and it's mainly judgment on the woman, man. Especially the nigga woman, man. How they be killing each other, how they be getting killed. And then I seen a news clip today where a toddler drowned, man. All right, let me see if I can find it. It says right here, toddler drowns after parents tether her to a catamaran while they cook dinner. All right, well, judgment from the Lord, man. All right, and it looked like these people are Edomites, man. Yeah, they Edomites, man. Judgment of the Lord, man. Okay. All right, but this is why we got to get out of this place, man. All right, yeah, like the brother Damawaf said, let's get it, man. Lord will. So, get out of here soon, too. I'm hoping next year, but this is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." And that sword destruction is going to come from either the famine, all right, the pestilences, the heat, and the thermonuclear fire missiles, or the missiles that's going to bring the heat in from the thermonuclear missile heat from those missiles that these nations are going to shoot over here, and whatever pain, suffering that the Lord's going to bring with his chariots, man. All right. Let me see what it says in my footnotes for sword destruction. It just says utter destruction, right? But we just read in Jeremiah, this place is going to be left desolate, man. All right. And when we read what the scriptures say, that should put a fear in you as to understanding what the Lord is about to bring. All right. We can't, fully understand the magnitude of the judgment that the Lord is going to bring to this place, but the scriptures say we know in part and we prophesy in part, and we know enough to get up off our ass and go out there and preach and prophesy. Lord will, we continue to do so. Let me see. Where is my Zechariah? All right, this is another reason why you want to, this is Zephaniah 1:14. It says, "The great day of Yahweh is near, it is near, and hasteneth greatly, even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly." So all these men of war, Esau got his military, these special forces people, these Delta forces people, whomever, right? I know y'all brothers supposed to precepts, let me get these too, but they all gonna be crying bitterly. All right. The brother, the Bar Gabash, he got Isaiah 9:5. "For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled and blood, but this shall be, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." And this comes from those thermonuclear missiles, man. All right. The water for their precept. All right. Oh, the brother, he got Revelation 18. Let me get this. This is from the brother Dama Wath. He got Revelation 18:11. "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore," right? Because all this stuff that America gets, it comes from these other nations. It's been outsourced to these other nations so they can make profit off of it. But the people here, all we do is consume it, right? It says here, Revelation 18:12 says, "The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and the pearls and the fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thy wood and all the manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble All right, it's all gonna be gone, man. Well, nobody's gonna be able to purchase all that stuff, man, because everything's gonna be burnt up, man. All right. Uh, well, the people that would purchase it, they're all gonna be burnt up, man. It's gonna be too late for them, right? But here it says in Zephaniah 1:15, it says the day of Yahweh, the day is a day of wrath and a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and an alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord. How are people sinning against the Lord? All right, by partaking in the ways of this place, man. Idol worshiping, celebrating these the customs of this world, not turning back into Yahweh Shemashah, not listening to the men that the Lord set up that have been preaching and prophesying. All right, continuing to do. You got these certain individuals that, I'm gonna just say the LGBTQ community. All right, you got that shit being pushed on the people. You got the minor attracted persons movement starting up. All right, where they're gonna be, I already said what it was, but you can put it together. You can put it together. They call them maps. The maps, and then you got the school systems teaching the kids about the ABC game. All right, and the parents, especially the nigga woman. That's one of the brothers that did a video on it. I seen it on social media where this nigga woman was parading her young, like infant baby around, portraying him to be of the ABC gang, man. All right, those things are abominable to the Lord, man. And then you got the woman acting as a man, wearing man's clothes, and the man wearing women's clothes, being effeminate. All these things are contrary to the Lord, man. And we know and understand that two things we know and understand is being pushed on our people by Esau, and another thing is that we understand that this is what these people must go through so they can receive their judgment of the Lord, which is going to be ultimately that thermonuclear fire. All right, it says they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh. Slacking, and their blood shall be poured out as the dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. And this is why we gotta flee up out of here, man. When I say flee up out of here, spiritually tune into what the Spirit is saying and do what the Bible says to the best of your ability, right? It says here, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. All right, and you don't want that smoke with the Lord because you're not gonna overcome it. All right, you're not gonna overcome it, and the only way to overcome anything is with the Lord, because the Lord is bringing it, the Lord is doing it, and the Lord can get you out of it. But if you continue to live in a manner which is contrary to Yahweh Shem outside, then you're gonna be missile food. Let me see. This is First John chapter 2 verse 15. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." All right, and those things that are of the world, it just said that they're contrary to Yahweh Shemar Shai, so you can't be partaking in these things. Christmas, birthdays, what they call it, Easter, Valentine's Day, idol worshiping, chasing money, chasing women, all these things, man. All right, they are all contrary to Yahweh Shemar Shai. All right, the brother Debar Gabashi got Psalm 95:7. It says, "The hills melted like wax at the presence of Yahweh and at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth," man. Yeah. those hills represent governments, all right, and you can also look at it as what is it? I think it's in Habakkuk, where it says that was the Lord mad at let me see if I can find it right quick. Let me go back to the Old Testament. What did it have? Yes, in Habakkuk. It's in Habakkuk. Yeah, Habakkuk, the third chapter, where it says, I'm gonna just read it right quick. This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse verse 6. It says he stood and measured the earth, and he beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow, his ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Median did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? It says, thy bow was made quiet, naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even thy words say lie. Thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee and trembled. The overflowing water passed by. The deep uttered his voice and uplifted his hand on high. All right, so just going into everything trembling at the fear of the Lord, right? Shalom, bro. Everything trembling at the presence of the Lord. How much more when the Yahushua cracks those clouds, right? But going back into 1 John 2:17, it says, "And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, and he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever." And the will of Yahweh is for us to go out there. Shalom to Matt, and the will of Yahweh is for us to go out there and preach this word, man, and forsake this world, man. So it's time to let this place go. Because if you don't, you're gonna be misfooled. This is 2 Peter chapter 3. I'm gonna close out on this. In verse 10, it says, "But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be destroyed, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right? How should you be acting? What mannerisms should you be conducting yourself in? It should not be participating in things of this world, right? The holidays, going into the churches, celebrating your birthdays, the idol worshiping, being a part of communities that are not actually uplifting you as a man, all right, or as a woman, or bringing the family structure together, all right, and definitely not a part of communities that's not teaching you who you are. That's how you shouldn't be. It says, "Looking for and hastening unto the coming day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." All right, and that's what's coming. All right, brothers was posting thermal scriptures in there about this fire that the Lord's about to bring. All right, you can go read more about it in Joel the second chapter. Uh, where else you can? Where else can you read? You can read Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Isaiah 34. I think Ezekiel 35, right? Where it's talking about the destruction of this place, man, and how it's going to happen. It's going to happen because of the fury and the wrath of the Lord, because of what Esau Edom has perpetuated on the world. Just like all the other kingdoms had an end date, so does this one. We just waiting for this one to end. But let go of this place, man. It's time to let go. All right, whatever's holding you back, let it go. Whatever's keeping your mind here, whatever's keeping you from doing what you gotta do for your Shabbat Shah, let it go, because you are responsible for your salvation, but also you partake in those individuals that have heard you preaching and prophesying the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Because the scriptures say, let me see. And just roughly paraphrasing, man. Basically, it's saying something in regards to those that heard you preach, they could be saved, man. Something in that regard. I can't remember it specifically, but this place gotta go, and you gotta let go of this place so you don't get caught up in the judgment of the Lord. So, you know what? Lord, will you let it find Solomon?